G'day you legends, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about why I will not deliver drugs for Uber Eats. Interesting. Yes, delivering drugs on Uber Eats is a big problem that platform's dealing with. So I just want to paint the picture for you guys. I want to bring some of you up to speed. So there is a problem right now on Uber Eats, and it's with their package and parcel delivery. Not so much from businesses going out to customers, which is, I think, the intent of what these things were designed for. It is the customer to customer deliveries where it's being abused by drug dealers, putting Uber Eats drivers in strife, in trouble. Essentially what happens, guys, is a drug dealer or a criminal, they'll go on to Uber Eats and they say, cool, I want to deliver some drugs to the other side of town. And they're like, well, I don't want to take the risk myself driving across. What if I get pulled over by the police and they search my car? They don't want to deal with it. So what they do is they get an Uber Eats driver. They book it in through the app. This is a feature that Uber Eats allows. Book it in through the app saying, I want to get something picked up from here and delivered to there. And they'll punch in details across everything they need, and then an Uber Eats driver gets assigned. They show up, they get the backpack, they get a bag, they get a parcel, whatever it is, however they package it up. The unsuspecting driver at that point says, cool, thank you, put it in, and then they start the delivery process to get it from there across to the next customer or the recipient of the drug deal. So this is a problem. So a lot of drivers may not be aware. Just from what I've heard, pretty much, look, ballpark figure, 50% of consumer-to-consumer parcels being sent, especially at night time, 50%, half, flip a coin, are drug deals, okay? So it's drug dealers sending drugs out to customers, which is not exciting, okay? We didn't sign up to this platform to be drug muling around for criminals. We signed up to this platform for an honest living. So let's run through a process here. So say if you collect a parcel of some shady figure, maybe he comes up to your car window wearing a bandana and he throws a backpack in your bag and says, yeah, just drop it off to where it says, and then they just disappear into the dark and you're like, okay, cool. You start the drive and I don't know, 20 seconds later, you can smell just marijuana coming out of the bag. It just reeks of pot. And you're like, okay, cool. I've got a backpack full of weed here. What do you do? What would you do in that situation? So let's run through a couple of different scenarios. Scenario one, you put on your goody two-shoes hat and you say, you know what, this is not right. I'm going to take this to the police station immediately. And you report through to Uber Eats saying, I've got a bag full of drugs. You take it to the local police station. Here's the problem with that. Well, before the problem, Uber Eats is going to say, great job, you're doing a good thing for the community. And the cops are going to say, yeah, good on you, mate, you're doing a good thing for the community here. Here's the problems with it. First problem, that criminal, that drug dealer, they've got a picture of you from the Uber app. They've got your rego plates for your car. They've got what kind of car you have as well, and plus they've seen your car. So they've got them kind of details around you. They've got your name. They know what area you live in roughly, because most people are working in the areas around they live. It's not hard for them to track you down. They jump on Facebook, type in a name in the area, see a picture that looks similar to you, and they found your profile. They got your full name now. They know where you live. They can track your details. That's a problem. So now you've got a drug dealer who has seen you, watched you on the maps, go to a police station. And they've got all your details. The drug dealer, if they see you around, they could, I'm not saying they will, they could fuck you up, bro. They just take it out and spite on you. Or maybe some of their affiliates around take it out and spite on you. Secondly, the recipient of the drugs, they just get the pin shared across to them and they can track the delivery. They can also see your name, your picture, your rego plates for the car, the kind of car that you got. They can see all them details and they can do the exact same thing, punch it in on socials and check the area, match it up, find you, potentially cause some problems for you. So that's a problem. There's no protection. Uber's not going to save you from that. The police aren't going to get involved until, you are grievously injured. Maybe they just see your car with the rego plates parked somewhere sometime and you're not there. Maybe they just smash up your car. So it's a problem, and it shouldn't even happen in the first place. So good drivers like myself should not be exposed to drug deals. It just shouldn't happen. But it is. And Uber's not doing anything to stop it. They turn around and say, oh yeah, but we put in the fine print, no drugs, no illegal things. Do you think that's going to stop a drug dealer? Do you think that's going to stop a criminal? They don't care what happens to an Uber driver. So let's run through another scenario. You get pulled over by the police mid-delivery, and they, for whatever reason, have seen you leaving like a sus location, or they're tracking your car and they search your car, find a backpack full of drugs. Or they can just smell it. They pull you over for a breathalyzer to check your alcohol limit, make sure you're not drink driving. You do the window down and they just smell weed, and they're like, oh, no, boom. You're rated. Your car's rated at that point. Now, if you are decent at talking like myself and can articulate the situation, say, hey, I'm on an Uber delivery, I'm doing this, so on and so forth, talk your way through it, sure, that may work out, but a lot of people may not be able to articulate that. A lot of people may be scared of the police. What if you're scared of the police? Do you think you could articulate in that situation that you're on an Uber Eats delivery, a person from such and such location has given you a bag of drugs to deliver to such and such location? Or are you going to have the police jumping down your throat, trying to pull you out of the car and arrest you before you can get a word in? How would you handle that situation? Leave down below in the comments. You've got a bag full of drugs in the car, police have pulled you over, and they can smell it, and they start going through an arrest process on you and seizing your vehicle, seizing everything going on. How are you going to talk your way out of it? So that's also a problem. Plus, as well, the drug dealers have got all your details. Now, if you're a bit more unsavory and you just turn around and say, you realize you got a bag full of drugs, and you just think to yourself, oi, boys, I'll just keep this. I'm going to keep this drugs. This is my shit now. And you just fucking unassign the delivery, man. And you keep that shit. Yep, they've got all your details. They can see everything there. So you're going to have problems with them guys later on, I think. And you can't just turn around and be like, session's on me. Boys, session on me. And, you know, fuck off, take the drugs and party on with all your mates or whatever. No, it will catch up to you. So the problem is that it's allowed in the first place. What do you think Uber should do to stop this? My thoughts are that consumer-to-consumer packages should just not be allowed. Because, one, there's no quality control measures really around it at all, aside from putting the driver, the delivery driver, like myself, in control of being essentially law enforcement, saying, sorry, mate, let me inspect that bag that you're putting into my vehicle. Who does that? Are you going to inspect every person's package? No. Do you open up bags of food from McDonald's and inspect that everything's in there? No, you don't. So what gives you the right then to open up a customer's parcel or package when it comes into your car, to inspect it, to make sure it's not contraband, drugs, weapons, anything that shouldn't be in there, anything that you should not be delivering? How is that on you? Well, it is on you because you as a contractor have accepted that delivery, and Uber Eats has just passed that buck onto you. So now you are liable. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right. I think there's a problem with it. So I think consumer-to-consumer deliveries, package and parcel deliveries from one person to the other person, should be cancelled. Now, business-to-consumer deliveries, keep them on. You know, if you're doing a pickup from a retail store and dropping it off to a customer, doing a pickup of groceries from in Australia, an IGA, and then dropping it off to the customer, that's fine, because pretty high chances that it's not going to be drugs. Okay, so that's a problem. Have you guys came across this before? I personally do not accept any consumer-to-consumer deliveries. I don't do it. Why? Because flip a coin, it's drugs in my area. I'm not doing it. I'm not putting myself in that position in the first place. Now, I don't have package deliveries turned off in the app, because I know a Woolworths and another IGA supermarket near me, they come through as package deliveries. So I keep them on so I can get them orders through. But if I see a consumer delivery, no, just decline. That's gone. Not accepting it. No way, because I'm not putting myself in that situation. Now, I know plenty of other drivers go through this. Have you had this happen to yourself? Have you picked up a parcel from someone, a consumer-to-consumer Uber Eats delivery, and you've just thought in the back of your head, something's not right about this. Something feels off here. Could this be drugs? This could be drugs. Is it drugs? What have you done? Now, what if you were aware if it was drugs? What if you knew it was drugs coming into your car? and they offered you a tip. How much would the tip need to be for you to turn a blind eye? $10? $50? $100 cash tip? And they say just drive it from here to here, no questions asked. Would you do it? This is where morality comes in, guys. So where's your morality at? Would you turn a blind eye for a large tip to do essentially drug muling? Would you take the tip and just take it to the police anyway? Why not? Profit off of it. Are you worried that drug dealers would chase you down and find you in the future if you did take their packaging and parceling across to the police and dob them in? Do you think Uber Eats is going to do anything to protect you in any of these situations? If you were arrested, and here's the big one, guys, if you were arrested for having drugs in your car and it was an Uber Eats delivery and they seize it all, they arrest you, they take you in, you provide all the information, you'd probably still have to go to court, wouldn't you? Prove your innocence. What if you got pulled into the legal system and they said, no, we're going to run him through court. We've got these people here who were running the drug operation, and we've got this guy identified now as a driver. We caught him red-handed. Would they run you through court? I think they would. And then you'd have to prove your innocence for just trying to do a Uber Eats delivery. How ridiculous is that? Now, let alone, and here's one other avenue to think about too. So if you accepted a package, it was sus, something wasn't right about it, and you took it to the police station, and you were saying, hey, I've got all this stuff. How long do you think it takes at a police station to run through the process of declaring and handing in drugs and giving them the information? You can't just show up to a police station and be like, here you go, guys, here's a backpack full of dope. Someone gave it to me on Uber Eats delivery. Cheerio, hooroo, have a good one, and go out. No, you're stuck there for an hour, maybe 2 hours, processing things through, if not longer, if something more serious is going on with it all. Are you going to get paid for that? No. Uber's not going to pay you for that. You're going to be ending that delivery, and you're going to be wasting your time, unpaid, for something that Uber shouldn't have allowed in the first place. So yeah, guys, that's just food for thought. A bit of a rant as well, because I've seen some messages popping up recently coming through to myself talking about this. Why are people trying to do it? Why are people trying to run drugs through Uber Eats and put the drivers in precarious situations, to say the least? It's happening. Are you turning a blind eye to it right now? Should you be aware of it? When it comes down to the law, guys, is there reasonable doubt that you were not aware of it? Maybe. Maybe you are. Maybe you are aware of it and you proceed anyway. Is that your risk that you're willing to take? Let me know your thoughts, guys. Should Uber Eats close this loophole? This is nothing new as well. This has been going on for years. Going on for years and years, and it's still happening. They have not closed this off. This is just drug running in our society, and us as Uber drivers, where I'd say that we are the victims here for it. We're the ones put in the dangerous situations. What if you drop the drugs off and there's some kind of dispute between the customer and the drug dealer, and then that customer you're dropping it off to fucking assaults you? They come at you and try to beat you. Or you show up and there's some sketchy dudes with baseball bats and they just beat the shit out of you. What would you do? You'd go to hospital. You'd be hurt. You have to go to the police anyway and say, I got assaulted. What's your insurance company going to do? Do you think your insurance would cover that? That's just a question. I'm not saying it does or doesn't. But food for thought. Should Uber Eats cut off consumer-to-consumer package and parcels deliveries because they are fully aware that there's a drug problem? Or what should they change to mitigate the risk for drivers? How can they stop it? Anyway, that's all I got to touch base on. Leave your thoughts below in the comments. Let me know what you think. Has this happened to you? Have you turned a blind eye? Have you gone ahead with the delivery? Have you gone to the police? Have you just said no to the person as they're trying to put it in your car because you've got a bad vibe on it? Tell me your stories. Share your stories. Of course, no one incriminate themselves here. Just share stories. This happened to my friend. This happened to my friend. Do that in the comments, okay? Anyway, guys, that's all I've got to talk about today. Yeah, leave your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Hi, mate. Have you subscribed to Chris yet? Of course I did. The subscribe button is just down there. Did you know he's trying to get to 10,000 subscribers? 10,000? That's 5 times the size of Cooper Petey. Cooper Petey, mate. Cooper bloody Petey, mate. Cooper Petey, mate. Cooper bloody Petey. He's got some more videos over there too. Over where? Just over there. Over here? Yeah, mate, that's them. Cheers, mate. I'll keep watching because there's always something new. And I'll see you in the next one. Who are you, legends?